Hey, what is going on, ladies and gentlemen? What a week it has been in terms of updates. Hopefully, you guys have been enjoying all the festivities back to back with the anniversary and now the Age of Annihilus chapters, the announcement of obviously Quasar being the first legendary, but even another big bomb today. Thunderbolts getting officially introduced as the next raid team following what we know in terms of Vigilante being for skill. Now Thunderbolts will be the next bio raid team that's coming into the game. So it made a lot of sense. We kind of saw the signs when we were going through some of the nodes already in the Chaotic Storms, but now got some a little bit more detail and verbiage on which characters they are, and as well as how they're going to be kind of detailed and their dynamic fitting into this new team. So we saw this before, guys. Remember, in case you missed a few months back, the Thunderbolts team was part of the vote that we were a part of, right? So choosing the favorite reworks and whatnot, which character additions to be included, it's definitely been the most involved voting process from a player perspective, which is why it's exciting, because now we get to, see those votes come to life here and come to fruition in terms of a team. So Storm is coming. They're not here to be liked. They're here to get the job done. The Thunderbolts, ex-cons, mercs, walking weapon, and a shadowy puppet master have all assembled to bust skulls in the bio raids. And we saw that Hive Mind was just not doing getting the job done. You needed multiple sacks, so it kind of made sense that they wanted to make sure that they streamlined the teams to go through those raids, right? They're going to be the first team here for Age of Annihilus Chapter 1 and are one of the 3 essential squads you'll need to power up for the Chapter 1 legendary character in Quasar. Chaotic Storm is obviously the Thunderbolts' primary mission, so against the right teams, they're also going to be holding their own in Alliance War. So that's where they're going to be kind of slotted in. Remember, that's really impressive that they're already going to be doing that in terms of that war dynamic. So more war teams coming that in terms of the meta there. But yeah, it's going to be really shaking things up. I like the fact that these newer teams that they've been adding into the game, and you think more recently, even Astro having value in Battle World as well as War, they're trying to give value back to everyone, right? Vigilante also having now value in Battle World as well. So just something to be mindful of there. Thunderbolts, built by the community through web polls, and now it's time to see the squad of people in action. So Victoria Han was the recipient of the Adamantine program technology. Then we went through with Songbird and Hyperion to beat out the competition. And then we also had Taskmaster and Ghost being the favorite rework. So that was really cool to get, a first-hand effort in terms of which characters we wanted to actually rework here. And then they do talk about the key role for each raid edition that they're going to be bringing in. So Victoria Han, she's got many tricks up her sleeve, but her charge mechanic is going to make it so that it's especially dangerous with heals and ability energy. So what she's going to be benefiting from this is in raids, while charged, if an enemy attacks Victoria or a Thunderbolt ally, she generates ability energy for 2 random Thunderbolt allies. When Victoria is charged, she and a Thunderbolt ally drops below 75%, 50%, or 25%. She also heals, so it's going to be a built-in passive healing right there based on their HP percentage. Songbird, enemies will be singing a different tune when Songbird's around. Not only does she provide important boost to crit chance and critical damage in raids, but she provides a big opening turn. Allies cannot gain ability block or trauma before Songbird takes a turn. So they're adding more of these kind of on-spawn mechanics right before anybody takes a turn, which is very useful to kind of counter that speed meta, right? Her ultimate flips all negative effects, and her special actually weakens enemies even if they possess Safeguard. Wow, okay, that's another bypass right there. Hyperion, Taunt Specialist. A solar charge living wall. He's going to stand before his team to take the brunt of the enemy's damage. He can taunt, and if he takes too much damage, he can actually also patch himself up. So taunt early, often with the low-cost special ability taunt. Reduced duration of taunt on adjacent targets with a special. And then when he does drop below that 50% threshold, he's going to be clearing all negatives on himself and also providing himself with a heal. And then lastly, obviously, we got to talk about the favorite votes here for the reworks. Taskmaster and Ghost updated for modern battle. So Ghost already had a solid kit. I agree. Wholeheartedly. Actually, Taskmaster's kit's really good too, because he's been reworked a few times now. So we've updated her base stats, added a little bit more oomph to her special. Beautiful. Taskmaster also didn't need much of a kit rework. Agreed. Adjusting some little details based on their current role. Here's a rundown of the updates. So they removed on-spawn offense up because of the base damage. They removed damage bonus he gave to Underworld and Mercenary villains because they probably statistically built in more of that kind of mechanic there. And then they also removed the bonus damage against skill enemies and instead made sure his base damage was solid in all combat. So that's nice because of the fact that obviously everything's going more into the stats now. You can see some of these characters not that fast actually. Victoria Han, Hero Global Bio 114. Again, the on-spawn stuff is going to be very important to be mindful of, right? Songbird, ooh, super fast. Songbird 132, Hero Global Blaster Bio Thunderbolt. Okay, so Why it's important to pay attention to these tags right now, guys, is also remember we have Age of X, so some of these characters potentially can be brought into the different sections of Age of X. Hyperion, Hero Cosmic Bio, so maybe even potentially being utilized as that last final member for the Hero Cosmic section, excuse me, with Lilandra. Also speed of 123. Oh, also classify as an Eternal member, so there can be some potential theory crafting there, obviously, with the rest of the other Eternals and Cersei and Icarus, so that's interesting. We got Ghost updates, so you can see the stat increases there, 600, 500, 400 through 3400, pretty notable there. Let's take a look at Taskmaster as well, just to see what that looks like compared to Ghost. Damage there. Oh, did we skip that? No task. Oh, my apologies. Yeah, 440, 380, 330, 360, 400. So both very, very notable, as you can see there. So some big boost there, guys. So let me know what you guys think. Exciting times for sure. I'm definitely always looking forward to these updates. And again, wasn't expecting a back-to-back legendary update with the Thunderbolts getting announced. That's pretty exciting, guys. So we knew this raid team was going to be around the corner. I just didn't know it was going to be this soon, back-to-back with Vigilante. So that kind of makes sense based on what we're seeing in the Chaotic Storm raid. So do expect there to be probably maybe a Chaotic Storm 2 or something, because as folks are getting these characters and teams built up, and as they get closer and closer to obviously that 70, 80, 90% completion, they'll probably have to elevate the new raids into a new version of these raids, so that way there's going to be some more difficulty along the way as well. But yeah, guys, let me know what you think. Comments below. Are we going too fast? Is there not enough training materials to go around? That's kind of been the narrative that I've been hearing. A lot of folks have gold, but not enough training mats, which I definitely agree with. So we have to be strategic what we're investing in, and don't forget, we're still also saving up and trying to build the gear tier 20 characters for Professor X himself, right? So thank you for your time as always. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.